Hello, friends. Today I'll be talking about the disruption which is going to happen in 2018. What will be the disrupting technologies of 2018? Would be a game changing for the businesses across the globe. We need to understand that a lot of disruption has been happening over the years. We are already at the year end, and we need to look back and see what are the technologies which was worth mentioning, what were the technologies which changed the game pattern altogether. We all know about the cryptocurrency, we know about Bitcoin, how it has changed the way of doing global businesses. So when we talk about disrupting the sector, so the tech or the technologies in which one should work as a startup entrepreneur should be the sectors where there's a lot of growth and there is a pursuit of profit rather than burning out the money of the investors. Investors nowadays are very careful and they do their due diligence in a manner which is very different from the due diligence which was followed earlier. Specifically, when we talk about due diligence, it's not only XYZ parameters which needs to be taken care of. There are many different parameters which is very different for different countries. So one way of disrupting the sector is like when we are actually coming out with a mobile application or there's a mobile app based technology. Free trials service will actually give you the basic subscriber, which is something you can use to analyze the big data on different parameters. How to reorient the business strategy is something one has to work around to understand your core competencies. If there are 3 to 4 co-founders, when we talk about disrupting the sector, the first thing for any mobile app technology is to provide that free service trial to the consumer so that you can actually have a feedback mechanism, also how to improve upon the different parameters. Many times as co-founders, as business entrepreneurs, we think this is a need of the hour. Miss the basics. So how to go about analyzing those factors. When a person or a co-founder misses the basic of what is need in the hour, so providing that free trial service is actually going to be a caveat to understand the market dynamics. And again, once you have that feedback, you can also have a feedback form. You can reorient your business strategy in a manner which will actually help you to go to the next level, and it will raise your business in an exponential level. It will take your business to the next exponential level, which is very, very important for any business. So one needs to balance it out, like how many users you require so that you can actually work upon a very sustainable business model, and the pursuit of profit you're looking at the end of the year. What is the better? So you need to see those factors and come up with a business plan which takes your business to the next level. So having ambitious targets is definitely one way of going to the next level. And when we talk about having ambitions, I think every human being is ambitious in nature. If you're ambitious, you take your business to the next level because you have that zeal to take it to that level. So what are we expecting from 2018? So in 2018, Qualcomm Ventures is going to invest in mobile tech and healthcare sector. Healthcare sector per se is a big market in India. We are actually targeting the 1.3 billion users. And basically what has happened in the recent past, because of the lifestyle of working in a corporate, there are many sedentary stress-based health ailments which are very prevalent in India. So those are few of the pain points one can look when you're starting a startup. What you need to understand is the flight to quality rather than the quantity factor. Many times we talk about, okay, we have so many subscribers, we have so many users. However, we don't know how to analyze that user for that business plan. But that usage can be used for a different vertical. So working in different verticals at same point of time can be a strategic measure. However, you need to identify and you need to have a team for doing those analysis, that is your big data scientist who will analyze the data and that can be used for some other vertical. So there should be a matrix to measure the whole parameter or the whole regime of the big data which is generated. You need to simplify the process and at the same time work in synergies with companies who share your core competencies, or I would say that share your same principles. If two companies, maybe XYZ and ABC, share the same principle, and then getting into an M&A would be advisable. What needs to be understood is in 2018, we are going to see a lot of IoT based innovations and a lot of patents would be filed in Internet of Things, whereby different devices would be actually connected to the cloud, or what do you say, the communication network. So the innovation is going to happen in IoT sector, which would be combined. Different product and devices would be combined to prepare a very dynamic system. And the second innovation which we can foresee is the computer vision, that is your AR, that is augmented reality and virtual reality, because that is something which will actually give that happiness factor to the users or the consumers. At the end of the day, the business model should be such that your user should be happy, because what happens is when a person is happy, the person actually talks about those products with friends and family, and that's another type of big overview you can see in a holistic approach. That is an indirect way of marketing by the way of the emotional connect. Then we have robotics. We would be seeing a lot of innovation in drones. Then there would be a lot of innovation in the electric vehicle sector. Then we have autonomous driving space. So when we talk about the ecosystem of India, many times we get queries like, what is the ecosystem in India right now for doing business? Though everything is online, how will we reap the fruits in the near future? What you can see, or what I have foresee in my view, over the years, yes, the ease of doing business in India is pretty simple what it was in 90s or 80s. And the game plan right now is be a player of a long-term goal. Don't go for the short-term gain, because again, the market is very dynamic. You have to change your business model or the way you're working every 6 months, because new technologies are emerging and you don't want to be redundant. So it's 3 to 5 years plan, and if you are actually looking for a long-term profit in India, it will take around 5 to 8 years. Although in the internet era the world is flat, we would be seeing the same things happening in a much faster manner. So what is important for a business entrepreneur or a startup or any entity, maybe it's a Fortune 100 entity also, the councils, the in-house councils, you have to be fast and you have to be consistent, because technology is changing every 6 months. A lot of IoT based innovations, a lot of algorithms are coming, and the machine learning is being utilized to resolve basic issues. So as an entrepreneur, you need to identify your USP, so your unique selling proposition. And even as a team, when you're working, every human has his own USP. Identify those, work on it, and change your game plan to suit your comfort level. Because when you're passionate about something, work is very easy to execute. The projects are very easy to execute. And do your SWOT analysis. Your USP as a business entrepreneur, or your idea, if you're a tech person, your idea is your strength, and work on your strength to create that opportunity. How intellectual property protection will give you an edge over any other business. How intellectual property is going to give you that added advantage. You need to understand that. What happens is many times the business model fails. However, you have your trademarks, you have your copyrights, you have some kind of patent protection. Maybe it's a patent pending. You can sell that whole intellectual property to XYZ company for XYZ value. Again, the valuation part is something different. However, there's something concrete you have with you. So you need to understand that creating intellectual property will take your business model to the next level. And if we see in India right now, there's a way of expediting the patent examination process, where I'll just take an example of an Indian startup or an Indian entrepreneur. files a provisional patent application. So from the day of filing a provisional patent application, you have 12 months time period to file a complete patent application, and at the same time you file an international patent application also, and you select the international searching authority as India. So when you are selecting India as the international searching authority, you can actually expedite the process of patent examination by filing Form 18A. So the laws are becoming friendly to startups in India. So we should strategize. So another very important factor for any startup or entrepreneur to succeed is to work in teams. Small teams will give you better results. And when two companies, when we are coming up in the service sector also, you will see a lot of merger and acquisition. It's not that only the tech sector is going to combine the forces. In the long run, you have to work in a holistic manner whereby you are not competing against each other, but you are competing against a situation which is at issue. So the situation is nothing but a puzzle which you need to resolve at that particular point of time. And in a holistic view, coming with the competencies of different companies having their own USP will take your business model to the new level. So that is the basis of any merger and acquisition. So you need to understand what do you want from the other party or the other business partner. So that is even applicable if you are going with your startup, how to find a co-founder. Keep those points in mind and identify your USP first, and make a list of USP you're looking for in a different co-founder. So those are the ways in which you can actually take your business model or your idea to the next level. If you have any questions related to any kind of business strategy, we at TCIS would be happy to assist. I'm prity.khastgir. I'm founder and CEO of TCIS India. Wishing you all a very, very happy new year in advance. Be happy to work with you in the coming new year 2018. And I personally believe that 2018 is going to be a game changer for many entrepreneurs across the globe. Have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.